So, Injury Reserve last month, or the month prior to that, dropped a single called Jawbreaker, which was featuring Rico Nasty and Proteins. And then recently this week, they teased and said, hey, we're going to have a new single come out this week. And it came out today. And this one is called Jailbreak the Tesla, and it's featuring Amine, who I have recently begun to warm up to. And this banger of a song just served that purpose even further. I already loved Injury Reserve's very creative style with their production, and this goes even further, using the sounds of a car and these like booming like beats in the background, just fuses it together to make this banger of a song in which they talk about the internet moving up. We have a freaking Smash Bros reference from Richie with a T. Like, he talks about the final stage. He talks about LimeWire being on crack. He kind of just goes through the evolution of the internet and how it's grown to affect the world, and how us growing up in that age and watching it grow as we've grown along with it have really contributed to how our mindsets are. Along with that, we have Amine's awesome feature in which he talks about him being this black James Bond, which was a really cool line. The flows on here are nuts. I really like the way that the hook or bridge basically it sounds sort of like someone's Googling, and the result is how to jailbreak a Tesla, but it flows so well, and you have that dun, 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 that just constantly is coming along. It sort of sounds like when you unlock a car, or if you leave the you don't have your seatbelt on and the ringer is going on in the car. That's what that sort of sounds like. And it's almost it's not distorted, but it kind of crackles in and out. The sort of like mannerisms that they have that really encompass the song really just give it that just epic feeling. The way that the video is constructed, you're kind of not tumbling in and out like you would in a psychedelic video, but more crashing back and forth, and just like how Jailbreak a Tesla, and then you're tumbling into like these bars. Also, almost forgot to mention, one of my other favorite bars by Amine in his feature was him referencing Elon Musk and Grimes' relationship, and putting that, talking about how Elon Musk was doing weed on the Joe Rogan podcast and how that became a meme, but then also being like Grimes would be the voice of the GPS, and it was just a funny little bar that I liked. I think low-key one of the messages that might be hidden in this banger, though, even if I did say it was mindless, is that it has this kind of idea of how far can you go, and that building and building and building and seeing just how more wild you can get. And I think that is something interesting to dive into, and it doesn't necessarily touch on the after effects of that, but instead focuses on the real insane aspects of constantly leveling up and constantly trying to one up the really advanced technologies we already have. Altogether, this is just one of the more fun songs from Injury Reserve. It sort of reminds me of See You Sweat off of their previous project, but I really do. This album is going to be really fun. They already had Jawbreaker, which was an awesome sort of love yourself anthem used with a confident, swagger through a fashion sense. And this, Jailbreak a Tesla, is just a fun, lose yourself, mindless banger that really has Amine and Richie with the T showing off. And of course, the creative production here really shines through, and using the sounds of a car, most likely a Tesla. And just thinking about it, the way that Amine says, oh, your engine goes vroom and mine is quiet. The way that pause just gives you barely have time to breathe throughout this track, but it's that kind of breathlessness and excitedness that really comes in and just shakes the foundations. And it's this type of experimentation and this kind of creativity through the beat and the rapping is just really fun. The flow is nuts, and again, the production is awesome. This is great. Overall, it's a really fun, mindless banger that kind of just lets you lose yourself. I really enjoy that. I really like the aggressive style that really comes through in this song. Jailbreak the Tesla, and the infectiousness of that hook. Fuck it, jailbreak the Tesla, and then it's just going right in din, 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 and it just kind of builds up, crashes, and it just keeps that energy consistent throughout the entire track. So wonderful song. I am excited for the album, and both singles have been hits so far. So keep it going, Injury Reserve. I cannot wait for this album, yo. This joint right here? This right here? Fuck it, jailbreak the Tesla. Well, this guy says, I don't recommend jailbreaking a Tesla personally, unless you can afford it. If you can afford it, by all means, but the way that my wallet is currently set up, the foundations are not there for me to be able to even afford looking at a Tesla. So I'm gonna have to just listen to this song and pretend that I'll do it. I'm not gonna do it though. Please don't sue me, Elon Musk. Please, and thank you.